What's up, peoples? How are you? Welcome back. I believe this is episode 3, right? Third time we've done this of the Geeks Closet podcast. We have several topics today going on, and I think we have some good, interesting stuff for you today. So, what's up, man? How you been?
I'm great. How was your week, Randy?
Brother, it's been a week. I'm so glad that it's Saturday that we get to bring these people this kind of content and gives me a chance to like unwind and take a break from all the work that I do.
Unwind and get excited for Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh my God, I forgot about this. You just stressed me out again. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I think it's gonna be a chicken wing kind of Super Bowl.
Ready to get my hands messy.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, something I didn't take down on our notes that I wanted to touch base on real quick. Before we start, I want to say to Jerry Lawler, the wrestler, wishes are with you. I heard he had a stroke, and he's suffering in a hospital. Yeah. So our wishes are with you. We hope you do better, and I guess let's get started. All right, the first thing I wanted to talk about today was John Leguizamo. I really like him. I'm not gonna lie. I really like him. He's done a lot of really, really good work. What made me fall in love with him as an actor was Mario Brothers. I don't know if you saw the old school Mario Brothers.
School, like, in the gutters of
yeah, man. You know what? I really, really like that movie. But anyways, so back, what was it? It was somewhere in 2019 or 2020, I think it was. He just had an interview with comicbook.com. And he said that in 2019 or 2020, whenever it was for Spiderman Homecoming.
That was 2018.
Was it 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back.
Okay. Damn, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so they had offered the part of Vulture to what's this guy's name again? Batman guy.
Oh, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, there we go. And he turned down the part. He said that he didn't want it, he was too busy, and anyways. He turned down the part, so they offered the part to John Leguizamo, which I think is really cool because I've been dying for him. I've been dying for him to join the whole superhero world.
Yes. Okay, but here's the thing.
Yes, DC fan, tell me why he shouldn't join the Spider-Man movie.
Michael Keaton is a perfect Vulture.
Michael Keaton is lots of things. Michael Keaton is Batman. Michael Keaton plays lots of different roles.
Yeah, but if Michael Keaton can do it, he'll do it. Now listen, Vulture is a really lanky white guy, right? What is Michael Keaton? And what is white guy? What is John? What is John? What is
okay, bro, but he doesn't do bad work.
He's good.
Okay, listen to me carefully. If they can cast Chris Pratt as Mario, okay, for the voice, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It should be an Italian accent. If they can cast Chris Pratt as Mario, they can cast John Leguizamo as Vulture. But anyways, to not get away from the idea, so Michael Keaton turned down the part, so then they offered it to John Leguizamo. And he hadn't said anything before this interview, which I think, is pretty cool that he didn't like step up and talk negative about it. But he said that so Michael Keaton called them back and said, you know what, I changed my mind. Right. So then they went to John Leguizamo and said, hey, listen, so what happened was Michael Keaton wants the part back. Is it okay? Would you be willing to give it to him?
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, what is he gonna say? I mean, he's not gonna say no, I mean, I don't see him being a dick like, a bad. I don't know what type of censor issues we have, but anyways, I don't see him being such, a pain in the butt. So he's like, sure, okay. And then they're like, but don't worry, we're still gonna work with you. We'll offer you another part. And then they offered him like a
small part,
super duper like minor part. And he was
like,
I think his exact words were like,
yeah,
so,
he's got standards when it comes to the industry.
Bro, he's not a C star.
Oh no,
I wouldn't put him at an A star, maybe not yet, but he's definitely a B plus star.
Probably like the smallest movie I've seen him in, probably like an Adam Sandler movie. Like The Longest Yard.
Yeah, but see, I don't think Adam Sandler is
no,
He's a good B.
He's a good B.
But regardless, I think the whole situation is just jacked up. I think it's messed up. I think it's wrong.
Shows our unprofessionalism.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, 100%. But then again, Michael Keaton is an A star. And what an A star, I mean, have you ever seen their demands? Show or stuff to put in their trailers and stuff. But whatever. Next topic. Daredevil Born Again. I know we touched base on that last week. But some new news out of that camp is that they just hired 3 new attorneys. They hired lawyers for the writing team, which I think is phenomenal. And you're talking to a guy, I mean, I don't have a lot of legal expertise. My wife does. So she usually handles like our legal issues, not that there's many legal issues. But anyways, she usually handles the legal stuff. But when I watched Daredevil, every single episode, I mean, I was like, oh, interesting.
Love it.
You know, I thought the writing was so good. I thought it was spot on. But the fact that they hired 3 attorneys,
I'm going to call it out. People are going to call out, yeah, that's not right. That's not right about the law. And
yeah, I get that. But these are attorneys that are like licensed by the bar. Like one attorney wasn't good enough. I mean, if that wasn't good enough, 2 attorneys.
Well, that's just.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't know. What do you think about that?
We'll have to see. When it comes to these Marvel projects, any project, really, you just have to like take everything with a grain of salt and see what happens.
I know writing is everything.
Writing
is everything. But I get excited when I hear like that somebody joined the production team that did another movie or a AAA star, a cameo or something. I mean, we'll talk about a cameo for Daredevil a little later on in the show.
Yeah.
A big cameo that they're expecting, but we'll touch base on that a little later.
All right. And our next topic is about Tobey Maguire, the best Spider-Man, right?
I heard about this.
Now
I know where you're gonna go.
He's gonna be rumored,
yeah.
that he's gonna be
strong rumors.
Yeah, strong.
Rumors.
And they're not just from any source. They're from like these comic book like big trailers on Instagram and Twitter and people that are certified and everything they said.
Tell me
these.
okay,
Stop telling me now. Okay, so he's gonna be in Avengers.
That's what I heard. I heard that they want to do something like that for Avengers 6. You know what, bro? Tobey Maguire, bro.
Man.
Tobey Maguire.
When I watched it, No Way Home, I watched it just for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. That's it. I could care less about Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Okay, bro, can I be real with you? When it comes to the Spider-Man world, I am so mixed up in emotions. I've never felt this way. I like them all, bro.
I don't like Tom Holland.
No?
No. They're trying to make him like a new Iron Man. And now like
yeah, that's the story that's the storyline they're going with, bro. I think that's why they went young. I think that and if they ever do this, you know, I'm super down for like Young Avengers.
Okay, yeah.
You know, they're gonna need an Iron Man, even though I know it's Iron Man's daughter who would probably lead that show. But
or Iron Maiden. Ironheart from Black Panther.
Could be.
But Avengers 6, what do you think they're gonna do? Like, do you think they're gonna keep him as Spider-Man? I know that there's Last Stand Spider-Man.
Okay. So Peter Parker. So this is gonna give off some time from our agenda because you just asked a question that I gotta dive into. I hope they use him as Spider-Man, more Spider-Man than anything else.
Yeah.
I do not like when they switch characters. I don't like I'll give you an example. I think Anthony Mackie is his name. I love Anthony Mackie, Falcon. Okay? But Falcon's not Falcon no more. Who is Falcon? He's Captain America. He's the new Captain America. And I have some stuff for us to touch on next week. Damn, man.
Sorry about that.
The thing is that I know I try to keep it at a certain amount of time frame. And I don't think we can listen for an hour, but I can talk for days about this stuff.
I could too. And you know what? David, but that's like everything when it comes to rumors, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. You can't just go ahead. It's true.
Well, it depends on the sources, bro.
These sources are true.
Yeah, it depends on the sources. So what I heard was that Marvel approached him and asking if he was interested, if they were to offer him a position in that, would he be interested? And I think he said something like, "Hell yeah, I'd be interested." So, bro, he's the original, bro. Like for him, for me, there's one Spider-Man and one Mary Jane. You know what I'm saying? I like them all, but I just think that he did the best.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so something else I want to talk about. I believe you told me that you've only watched a few episodes of WandaVision. Only a few. But for all our guests who are watching and want more WandaVision information, you're gonna start watching the shows to catch up so we can talk, because this next topic I want to be able to talk a lot about in the future as it gets closer. So it's Agatha, the Coven of Chaos. Okay, so I'm one of those guys. I love like witches and like werewolves and things of vampires, that type of stuff. That's why I love Morbius. I love all those topics. I know you're gonna talk crap. This is back to, I feel like I should have picked a Marvel guy as my co-host and not a DC guy, because I feel like you're being a little biased.
I'm not being biased.
Anyways, so it's projected to come out. They're talking about December 2023 to like February 2024. Besides myself, I know a lot of people are super hyped for it because they're supposed to be building on lots of storylines for WandaVision and other stories and other projects that Marvel has going on with that. Now, where I have kind of mixed opinions, I don't know what the writers are going to be doing. From an article that I read the other day on comicbook.com, it was basically talking about the main villain of the season.
Yeah.
You know how every season on every show, every episode, there's like a little mini villain, but it all goes back to like this big villain that at the end of the series, you know how it works out.
Yeah.
So there's a main villain, and that gives me some kind of, I don't know, puts me in my feelings, because if you watch WandaVision, you continue watching WandaVision. And this is a spoiler alert if you haven't seen WandaVision and plan on watching it. Agatha's bad, bro. At the end, she's bad. I mean, so I'm not really into villain versus villain. I know a lot of people are. There's lots of comic books. I'm not good guy versus good guy or bad guy versus bad guy. I believe in light and the darkness. And
there's no middle ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Deadpool, Spawn.
Oh, and we have a plethora of things we can touch on. Maybe do a whole episode just on Deadpool in a couple weeks.
Okay.
On Deadpool 3. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that the actress they have for Agatha, because I do know like the casting and stuff like that. I think she's amazing. Because she's usually in these raunchy comedy movies, but seeing her in a darker role is actually insane. And you see, like, comedians always have that dark side to them. Look at Jim Carrey and look at like when he did the movie Number 23.
Oh my God, what a good movie!
Yeah,
and there was another one, Room something, right? I don't know, something.
No, it was just Number 23.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, okay.
But
yeah, you're right.
Now for this is pretty controversial for all views of media.
Into the next subject? Where the women are gonna hate us.
They can hate us.
It's funny women that are listening. Sorry.
Ryan Gosling as Human Torch. Why? Of everyone, why Ryan Gosling? Because Ryan Gosling, how old is he? Like 40 something now.
Oh no, age doesn't mean nothing, bro.
No, but
age doesn't mean nothing.
It's gonna take a toll.
Bro, Robert Downey Jr. has to be in his 50s.
There's a lot of man. Oh my God.
No, it's not different, bro. It's not different at all. You can't talk. No. Okay, there's lots of reasons why I don't like that. Okay, one, and correct me if I'm wrong, Human Torch was Marvel's first superhero.
Yeah.
Okay, and I believe that was before it was even Marvel.
Marvelous comic.
Yeah, so I love that they're gonna do something with Human Torch.
Oh yeah.
I do. I love it. And I think that's a lot for people that have been looking for anything Fantastic Four. I love the fact that it's gonna be attached to Fantastic Four. Ryan Gosling, bro.
No.
Okay, so you're gonna criticize. You may not. Okay, so the reason I dislike Ryan Gosling so much for this part is for the same reason that I despise Robert Pattinson as Batman. Before Batman even came out, I was like, man, I don't want my Batman to twinkle, because as a vampire, and the light would twinkle, and that was such a sensitive and charismatic role, and I could only see him like that. And I know a lot of actors, they play a certain role, and they'll never get casted as anything else because that's the type of genre they're played to be in.
Yeah.
So don't like Ryan Gosling for superhero, bro. And I don't think it's because it has anything to do with Human Torch. I think it's because it's Ryan Gosling. I think like he needs to go and do like the Emmy Awards, like be the MC or be like a talk show, maybe even a novella, like
He needs. Well, here's the thing: Ryan Gosling, he's not witty, and like in every movie I've seen him,
this is
he's
the
not very
Notebook, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't want to fall in love with him.
No, the Human Torch is like, he's not a serious guy. He's like, he takes everything for granted. He's very, very like he's a smart aleck. But they're taking someone who's like used to puckering his lips up for the females and like trying to do like a little like Drake face.
Okay, so I like to consider myself to be I don't like to sound vain, but like I like to consider myself that there's nobody better in business in the world than me. So I'm serious. I don't. I feel like I just feel that way. So with that being said, I put myself whenever we talk about these things, I put myself in the shoes of the boss, and I try to think about why. And I I would tell you if I was the person in charge of casting Ryan Gosling as Human Torch, why I would do it. But I said if I was that guy, not Randy. Randy would not do it. I would pick a badass.
Well, a rumor also says that like he's supposed to be playing Booster Gold in DC. And
I heard that, but I expect nothing less than from DC.
Yeah, but
I
still,
expect nothing less from DC. But anyways, what I would have said was, I know that their geek culture has people in all different colors, shapes, sizes, everything. But I think what this industry has lacked a lot has been female fans. And I think that maybe the sex appeal of Ryan Gosling may, I don't know, give some kind of power to Human Torch. But the problem is, even men who are into comic books and superheroes, or let's just talk about the last two generations of people that have grown up. So anybody under 30, you ask them and they're gonna be like, who's Human Torch? So why cast them as somebody that's not gonna give them like, oh my god, you never hear somebody say, oh my god, there's a new Human Torch movie coming out. I can't wait to see it. No. Right, but you have a comic book background.
Yeah.
Like I'll give you an example. My kid, he's 8 years old. All right. Or even if I had a kid in the early teens, you know what? My daughter's 19 and I can call her right now. Let's call her right now. Live on I hope she doesn't make me sound stupid. Guys, we're gonna call my daughter live. We're gonna put this speakerphone. Bro, hopefully the people listening will hear the voice. Probably sleeping. She might be going, hello. She's so dependable. If you're watching this, Adrian, thank you so much for making me look foolish on our podcast. All right. Oh, she picked up and I hung up. Oh man. Y'all witness this live. Yeah, try to speak up if you can. You're on speaker, by the way, and you're live on the podcast. I don't want you to look at Nick. I just want you to answer one question. Do you know or have you ever heard of Human Torch? All right, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you. Love you. Bye. You see? And she's 19 years old. So you've never had somebody run to say, "Oh my God, you've been torched." But now, if she
sees Ryan Gosling.
I could ask her the same. I'm not gonna wake her up again, but we really should. We call her. Do you know who Ryan Gosling is? She'll know why, because every woman's favorite movie is The Notebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think he's absolutely horrible for the part. I don't like the way you are going, Marvel. You know, I'm the #1 fan, but I think that you could have done a lot better with that casting. I hope that it is a rumor and it's not official. And I hope that you learn if DC casted him for something, he's probably not good enough for Marvel.
So if we're gonna talk about rumors, let's talk about the rumor that I heard of.
Okay.
And that I saw on the internet. Chris Evans back as Captain America.
Okay, I heard
in the
this.
future MCU.
So I have feelings about this.
I do too.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. That's all you right there.
I'll start. I have lots of reasons why I have feelings. I'm not saying good feelings, I'm not saying bad feelings. Here are the good feelings. Okay?
Yeah.
Good feelings is, bro, that's my Captain America. I love Anthony Mackie, but that's my Chris Evans is my Captain America.
He is like literally Captain America.
But
like
one of the things that I think that makes Marvel so special has been the way they have continued storyline. And I love storyline. For me, storyline is everything.
Yeah.
I hate this for the same reason. We had rumors a couple weeks ago about this guy coming back for Iron Man. When somebody's dead, they're dead. I don't like the whole finding a reason to come back.
Variants.
Yeah, you know, going back and bro, there's just so much storyline and of things that make that wrong. I think fans. I thought Endgame and Infinity War was an incredible movies.
Yeah.
I don't like when somebody dies and comes back. Excuse me, guys. I just don't like it. So now, if they do it as in, I'm going back to a flashback. I am going back to something we didn't see that happened to make the current movie make sense. Then I'm good with it, bro. I don't like you nodding your head, bro. You know why? Because you're one of those young people that just don't give a shit about proper movie filming.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, go. All right, go.
Okay. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna make him Hydra. Hydra Captain America. Captain Hydra. Well, think of it. He's
old.
Doesn't matter. In future MCU projects, you know how complex these are gonna be. Oh, I can see that hatred in your eyes. No, listen. If
My
you
listeners,
no, Randy,
if you are following him, unfollow him.
if you
okay, this is. I'm.
It gets repetitive, but like flashbacks are true. Yeah, Captain America.
But it doesn't have to be flashbacks. It can be like. Yeah, flashbacks, bro. Yeah, you're, there's no other way to do it properly, bro.
Why not just make
Not if it's gonna be an MCU. If it's gonna be like an independent movie,
like
a standalone movie, okay. That's why we have one shots in the comic book world. But if it's gonna be, well, there has to be continuation of story.
I mean, I get that, but
do you?
Especially
with do you?
What did we touch back last week on?
I think I'll pay. If I pay, will you attend like a film course? I think that's horrible.
You can pay, but I'm not showing up.
I'll show you. No, bro, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong completely. And I know that you have another thing that we're gonna touch base on. But I'm gonna show you why this is wrong. Okay? I'll show you why this is wrong. Let's touch on a subject that wasn't for today's agenda. Deadpool 3. Okay, so Deadpool 3 has Hugh Jackman in it as Wolverine. So I read an article yesterday, and the article gives me some kind of anxiety because everything to me is about storyline. So until today, Deadpool has never been really MCU, right? Like he's always had his
No,
movies.
see,
He hasn't been part of that. The closest thing he was part of was like always being like X-Men always made cameos in the Deadpool movies. But he's not like MCU.
nothing from Fox Searchlight is MCU
Okay,
until
so we would say that that's an independent storyline,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say?
yeah.
So this is how the attorney works his case. He gets into agreement, he goes into
I plead the fifth.
the finish.
Oh,
So with the storyline is, bro, it goes back to time machines and shit. So supposedly, and I could be completely wrong, but I don't think I am. So from what I heard, Deadpool goes back in time to save Logan from dying.
the golden bullet.
Yes.
Nice.
So that's what I heard. So then he saves him from dying, but they get stuck.
It's a road trip movie.
Yeah, they get stuck in that time frame.
Okay.
So from what I hear in the movie, it's working their way to current time. And then so it's I know you don't mind that, but you know why you don't mind that? Because it's an independent story. If we are watching, okay, bro, if we are watching Avengers 6
Okay.
and Logan comes out, we're gonna be like, well, they didn't give us any narrative or any type of no context, nothing. How is he here? He's supposed to be dead.
Right.
Because he's not a part of the MCU. I do know that they are working on bringing in the X-Men, but bro, I think this is it. I think this is going to be the last ride we see for Wolverine as Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I feel like I'm in my late 30s and I've been enjoying the X-Men since my 20s, my early 20s.
I love the old X-Men.
Maybe, but I love the whole cast.
Yeah.
But the next generation, if Disney is going to start preparing for future income, they need to start preparing young for all the future generation. We've had what 10, 15 years plus maybe of all the current superstars. I love them. I don't want to see them go. I'm fixed. I'm one of those guys that I don't like change.
Yeah.
I don't like change
there's
at
nothing
all.
wrong with that.
So I don't welcome it. But then the business guy, business hat, says, well, you have to go. Yeah, you absolutely have to change because there's generations and generations and new generations of people that want to come out. But what was the whole moral of this story was that it's a standalone movie. It's not part of MCU. So it's okay that they do whatever they want to do with time and going back in the future and going back in the past. But the MCU, the multiverse, is all about following time sequence. So
I can see where you're coming from. Like, unless they use a completely different actor for Captain America from a different variant, you know, like
absolutely.
they did with the 3 Spider-Man.
Be careful with your hand gestures. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, my hands have been down here. The last 2 episodes towards the end, as you know, I'm very passionate. So I have really smart cameras. So if you put up your hands in a certain position, it zooms in on you. So if you watch the ending of the last 2 shows, it was like I had a private cameraman. I didn't. I accidentally put my hands up in that position and it zoomed in on me. So we got to figure a way to turn that off.
It's gonna be like this.
Yeah. It's nice and chilly.
Yeah.
But anyways, the last topic of the day, because I know we are 2 minutes from our deadline, but I don't care. We'll take this as far as we want to go. You want to bring it up?
John Bernthal, Punisher.
Okay, what are your feelings on this? Because I like him. I do like him.
I love Punisher.
Okay, great.
But
you love the character or the actor?
The character.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna
we
tell
already
you why
did.
I don't like this.
You already did Punisher.
Yeah.
I beat you to it. But here's the thing.
Yeah,
I actually agree with you. Like they done it already. He had his own series. He had his own series. He had his own series, and they need to leave it at that.
They gave us several episodes with Punisher in the first series of Daredevil.
Yeah.
I think they did wonderful. Did they leave it open for more? Yes. Do I think it's a good tool for ammunition to get some of the old watchers to the new show, which I think are gonna happen anyways? Yes. But I don't like that he's signed on for 6 episodes.
That's too much.
I think 6 episodes is a lot unless he is gonna become more of a permanent fixture in the story as like Punisher doesn't really work with people, but kind of as like I'm gonna help the crew with big and bad guys that are too much for them. But we saw that the first time around. I want to see different story. You know, I'm excited that they have all new writers, because it's gonna give us a different point of view. But I think, man, I would love to see a Punisher. Oh, maybe they're doing it so that they can go off to a spin-off or Punisher. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, with the with the Kevin Feige
Yeah.
Ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. If you're gonna bring back John Bernthal as Punisher, might as well bring back Jessica Jones, the Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. And were those good shows? In my opinion, they sucked. They were terrible to me. But
Every
you
show,
have to kind of
every show
they're casted.
had their own writers.
Yeah.
Okay. I love the storyline that they did with Daredevil.
Love it.
I don't see many negatives. And with that being said, I feel like if they were to bring him back, Jessica Jones, all those people, I think they would make it work.
Yeah. It's under new writing. So
it's under new writing. No. I'm not talking about as independent shows.
No, I'm talking together.
Yeah, like some kind of mixture, some type of
the Defenders.
Yeah. I think that would be dope.
Here's the thing,
if done correctly.
So since Daredevil, Punisher, they're all MCU now.
Yeah. Well,
I would say so.
I don't know, bro.
Charlie Cox is an MCU character. Like he's an MCU actor now.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. You're talking about a Marvel guy, so I take every opportunity I can to defend them, especially when I'm battling you for it. But I don't. Let's see where the storyline goes. I don't think saying somebody's in the MCU because they are in the MCU makes them in the MCU. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
No, I believe they have to be plugged in to a storyline.
Yeah.
There has to be
a certain direction,
content, and direction to be considered MCU. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I think you and I both agree. We're both excited for Punisher to come back.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Optimistic.
I'm very optimistic. What do you think, guys? I would love to hear more about what you think about the topics that we've been discussing. I have gotten some good feedback. We are working, with our gear to get better, with our editing to get better. It takes time. We are 2 people fully loaded with subjects and things that we're tackling. I have the Geek Shop. I'm a columnist in the entertainment section for the newspaper. I have a very strong social media presence. So I'm really busy, but we are working every day towards making this production for the audio listeners much better and for the video watchers much better. We want to have lots of good content. So if you want to shoot us any messages, you can do so. Major Geek at geekscloset.com. If you want to reach me on social media, Geeks Closet 850 on Instagram and Facebook's the best way. If you're a TikTok follower, comic book guy with the beard, it's growing back, guys. It's coming out very nice. Also, what other avenues? On Whatnot, we're going to start doing some live sales. We're also going to be doing claim sales on Instagram very soon. If you want to be a part of that as well.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do some of your artwork.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I can do personal commissions if you want us to go ahead and if you want to be depicted as a superhero, I can do that.
Dude, I love that idea. Guys, if you want to be depicted as a superhero or you have any commissions that you'd like this gentleman right here to do, what's the best way for them to reach you and contact you?
Best way to reach me is Instagram at Aiden's Laboratory. And that's it. I literally don't use any type of social media but Instagram.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
so-
easy,
Yeah,
for sure.
just that.
Guys, send us some messages, let us know how you think we're doing and how and what we can do better. Next week, we're gonna have some good shows. Next week, we're gonna film number 4 and 4.5 for the first time. Yeah, we have some special stuff planned. I'm very eager. Next week, I want to talk a lot about Fantastic Four and one of my favorites, Galactus. And I think that we will have a good show. So tune in then. Guys, well, from our geek family to yours, have a great week. See you later, guys.